Oh, how naive and stupid and hopeful we were last week. This is week 2 of Eat, Ship, and Die. Let's talk about how silly we were last time. But first, some clarifications. When I say I, it's just because that's how I speak, but it's really a we. And last video, I often spoke of I and forgot Alex. So when I say I, think we. Okay? And I'll try to say we. It's important. We're a team. We've been together almost 20 years now. We make a good team. So it is a we, even though I may say I, because I'm just shooting from the hip. Here we go. What's new since last week? Well, number one, the LLC was approved. We got the LLC. I thought it would take a few days, and I had read somewhere that they don't give you any approval notice. But that's wrong. We got the next morning approval, so we have the LLC. It's in our name. Other than that, we also needed to get a DBA, a doing business as business certificate in the town of Hingham, which is where our virtual office is. So we went and did that. It was a lot easier than I thought it would be. I thought there'd be more paperwork. I thought there'd be more pushback. It's easy to make a business. You just do the work. You research how it is in your state. You go in, you say, here's some money. They love taking money, turns out. Everybody loves money. What else? We got the store online. We had the domain, but we didn't have a store. I used Shopify. We use Shopify. We use Shopify because it's easy. I know I talked about me being a developer, but I just didn't want to spend the time. I still think there's probably a good amount of effort I could put into customizing the Shopify themes and maybe even building my own custom theme. Doesn't seem that hard. It's like a liquid templating language. Anyway, we're using a basic free theme for now. We're not going to spend the $300 they want us to spend on a good theme. We're just going to do what we can for free for now. It's fine. We got a couple sealed products on there. That's live. That's big. We got that. What else did we get? We got eBay. I said it so weird. We got the eBay, right? And we spent $21.95 a month for the basic store subscription, which will get us about 1,000 listings a month for free and some other goodies, whatever. Most importantly, 12.5% fee on hobby store items instead of 13.5%. I think that'll add up eventually, worth the monthly subscription fee. So why we were a little naive is thinking that because you have an LLC, because you have a DBA, because you have an EIN, that distributors will just suddenly give you access to product. We knew going into it that new relationships with distributors are always going to start slow. Maybe they'll give you a case of cards and that's it. That's kind of what we were expecting. But when we started looking, now that we had all the proper documents, the reality is no distributor is giving any allocation to these products. The best we could find, and I'll get into it in a minute, but is some access to in-stock Pokemon cards. And every other distributor said no on Magic. No, they're not doing it. And apparently they're blaming Wizards of the Coast. They're saying WotC doesn't want you to have online shop access, so it's got to be a brick and mortar. I think it's some epic bullshit because it's like if people are going to buy your product, what does it really matter? I mean, obviously the bigger buyers may be a priority because you can ship more product quicker and more reliably to these people that have existing relationships, but it seems crazy to me that they're just like, no online shops. But that seems to be the reality of distributors right now. We're going to keep working on finding some like weird, sneaky kind of ways. There's a British distributor that does allow some online stuff, but you got to pay more for shipping. So it's like, where do you break even? Is it worth it? Might be worth it just to get our foot in the door and get some product moving. We were told and we expected that it would be hard. It's just We didn't expect it to be basically impossible. Without a brick and mortar, it's very, very hard to make this happen. And we're going to keep going. We got some avenues on ways to make money, ways to make margins. But it's we had to get creative. There's some Costco stuff in there. There's some bulk stuff we bought. It's just tough. It's really tough. And we didn't know it was going to be basically impossible. We may have it in for, like I said, that in-stock Pokemon stuff. And, they don't allow pre-orders. But if we could even get some in-stock stuff to put on the store or open and sell singles from, that's something, It's something, which is a miracle because it's really, really impossible right now. And maybe it'll change, but I kind of don't see it with everybody. Everybody's ramping up right now. There's all this talk about the bull market. If you watch the Alpha Investments videos, you know that he's pumping the shit out of all these cards right now. Everybody's on board. The whales are moving in a way that's only going to make this a tighter market. It's going to get harder. So I'm glad that we're starting now. We're glad that we're starting now. And, obviously, if we had a time machine, we would have done it 10 years ago, and we would have had a brick and mortar. If we ever get a brick and mortar, maybe we will have some access to some product. Maybe we can get creative, and then we can buy a porta potty and put an address on it. That's our brick and mortar. No, we're going to keep trying on the shop, online only, for a little while. We're going to see how it goes. We did make a first sale this week. So stuff's happening. We have a whole $3.58 in a business bank account. Revenue, $3. I think we've spent about $3,000 so far in the last week with inventory and startup costs. I was thinking about doing weekly breakdowns of the finances, but I think it's going to be too much. I want to make these a little shorter. This one, again, is also going to be long, but at the end of the month, I'll do a financial breakdown. Revenue, costs, send it up there, right? Show you what it really is like doing these businesses online. Notes. Okay. The other thing is we don't want to really beg people. There's some YouTubers that are like, hey, send me an email, send me a DM, and I'll try to get your foot in the door with these distributors. It's like, we don't want to bother people. I don't want to beg. It may come down to it, but we're going to try to do it legit, do it our own way, do it from scratch. Don't get our bootstraps pulled up by some weirdo on the internet that is probably a scam. We'll figure it out. The list of distributors we've talked to, EE Distribution was mentioned in a couple videos, I think, from PokeNE, maybe RNG Games. We talked to them. They reached out. The good news is a lot of these people are pretty communicative. They email back really well, and they give you the information you need. Just the information is typically, we're not going to sell you any product. They will sell us some stuff, but it's licensed merch like plushies, statues, Funkos, and it's not really what we're going for. If we had a brick and mortar, it might be something we would look into, but they have a minimum spend requirement of $2,400 a year, with $250 due in the first month. So it's just too much of a commitment that we don't have the storage space, honestly. Just there's not enough room to store all that. Put it in the comments if you think you're going to buy a Funko from me, but I kind of don't think so. Another one we looked into was Peach State Hobby. They are only accepting applications from brick and mortars. They just flat out won't even tell you anything about pricing. They just said, nope, you're out of here. So Southern Hobby is the one we were talking about with Pokemon. Some in-stock stuff is available, but no pre-ordering. They have a $10 residential delivery fee, so we could ship it to the virtual office. That would be fine. 2% credit card fee or 3% for Amex, which sucks because we really kind of wanted an Amex card to build these points. Points are nice. If you're going to spend the money, you might as well be getting points. They have free shipping over $500. No minimum spend requirements, which are awesome. But yeah, they have very limited allocations of Pokemon, if any. So we'll see what we can get. We'll probably sign that tonight and see where that goes. But so there's also this British one that Alex found. Some increased shipping costs, but possibly access to Magic. We'll see. Other than that, yeah, the other distributors, there are some, truthfully, there are some we didn't contact yet just because we got so discouraged from these first couple interactions. So we're going to see if the Southern Hobby connection could work. Even if it's a small allocation of some Pokemon stuff, maybe they can see if we can move it. They'll give us a little bit bigger. And then maybe someday they get into other products. Maybe they have One Piece, maybe they have Weiss, maybe they have Wakana. Other news, we joined Whatnot as a seller. We did some seller training on Zoom, which was kind of fun. Unfortunately, we missed this $150 extra bonus sign-up thing they were going on because you only have 7 days to claim it. You have to sell $150 worth of stuff. And we did it on a Friday morning, like right after the last video. And we immediately went on vacation. We went up to Vermont. So we had like 2 days left on this bonus period, and we just couldn't make it happen. So we lost a little bit of that, but we are verified on Whatnot as a seller, so we're good to go. We'll do some streams here eventually. We got to get through our cards. We got to get through our bulk and see what we have, what we can list. Build some blind boxes, some gambling, spinny wheels, whatever. We'll do some Whatnot. Other news. We joined RNG Games' Patreon. We're only doing the $15 tier right now, which gives you access to in-stock items. But basically, he's not exactly giving you distributor pricing because I think there's some rule against that I haven't quite learned about. $15 a month gives you in-stock. $50 a month gives you pre-order abilities. We're not ready to pull that trigger yet. We probably will get there if we can start moving some product because we'd love to be able to get access to Marvel, Final Fantasy, the stuff that's coming down the pike. This looks really exciting. So we'll probably get there. Rob's a great guy. He's super responsive on Patreon, which is cool as a creator. He was also on vacation, but he was still chatting me up about product. So excited to see that. And he's only in New Jersey, so I could make, it's like a 4-hour drive. It's not that big a deal. We did that going to Vermont. It's tough with a baby, but we could do it if I wanted to go pick up some boxes and save on shipping. What else? We had our first sale. We sold a Bloomborough Play Booster to Cameron, and we brought it with us to Vermont because Cameron is my brother. It's very kind of him to be our first sale. It's a real sale. We had listed for $4 because I forgot about Shopify fees. So that's where $3.58 came from. And we brought it to him, and he opened it, and he didn't get shit. But you know, that's gambling. Sometimes you don't get anything. Would have been cool if he pulled something amazing out of a Bloomborough Play Booster. Maybe the battered torn banner or whatever the hell it's called. There's some cards that are really popping off in the Play Boosters that are not raised foil, which only come from collector boosters. But we gave him some precons that I got from Stomping Grounds that were super cheap. It was $130 for 4 packs. So we gave him the Squirreled Away precon, and we gave his girlfriend Rochelle the Miss Bloomborough one, the group hug. And then we played some of that in the hotel. It was really fun. So thanks, Cameron, for being our first sale. You're also our first patron. That's crazy. Thank you again. You don't have to do that. You're being silly, but we appreciate the support. So first sale, first patron achieved. We have revenue. We've been thinking about shipping prices. I think we'll do 3 categories on the store, just plain white envelope for $1.25, $1.27, something like that. We'll do a bubble mailer for $5 because that seems to be what it takes to get tracking and that size package out. And the bubble mailer would be for packs, individual packs up to 5 packs. I think you can put in a bubble mailer, whatever. We'll figure that out. And then big packages. So if you want to buy a precon or whatever, probably $10. And then we're still going to do over $500 free shipping just because people like that. Let me know in the comments if you like that. So Vermont was good. We took 4 days or so. We met my dad, so boy's grandfather, which was fun. And we met Cameron, my brother. And we hung out with a bunch of family and friends, did a cookout. And at the cookout, there was Magic. There was Pokemon. There was bulk. We bought 3,000 cards in bulk for $300. It's about 10 cents a card. And that's not a good deal. Local game stores will offer you $5 a thousand. Some people are as generous as $20 a thousand. 300 for 3,000 is not a great deal. But it is family. And I didn't want to offend anybody. I wanted to get some cards that we could move. And these are cool vintage cards. These are from 2000s, like early 2000s. And we're going to sort them out. We're going to scan them on Twitch, probably. We'll do a stream. And we'll discover the value together. We took the binders. We scanned 20 to 30 cards. Some were 10 cents. Some were 25 cents. A couple were a couple dollars. I think 10 cents a card is not terrible. I don't think these vintage cards are going to move very fast. I think we'll be sitting on them for a while, but it is something that we can put in TCGplayer. Speaking of which, we got a TCGplayer account. They're open. They opened. They didn't send me an email. I signed up for the thing that said, tell me when you're open. They didn't tell anybody, but we got one. We set our business up on TCGplayer. So we have eBay. We have TCGplayer. We have whatnot. We're on marketplaces now. This is exciting. So I put up a listing with photos for those 2 promo cards, and I'm going to put some more up tonight, probably. Alex kicked ass on eBay. She put up all of her Amiibo Animal Crossing cards, and those are doing really well. No, they're not. They have 1 view, and it was me. But they look really good. The photos are awesome. She's a good photo editor. She's a photographer by training. So she put them in the Lightroom. She cropped them. She got the white balances all figured out. We learned a lot on taking pictures of cards with this camera. So next time it won't be so much manual labor to make them ready for eBay. But it was fun. They're up there. So if you need Judy, Marshall, Raymond? If you need Raymond in cardboard form, go to the eBay. What are you waiting for? Go buy ours. Don't buy the other people's. Buy ours. Buy our shit. Other than that, we've been posting to the social medias. So, I'm trying to keep imagery, static images to Threads, X, Instagram. Might start doing reels, but we did some shorts. No, I did 1 short on YouTube. And I was going to put it to TikTok, but I haven't crossed that bridge yet. It's too cringy. I can't bring myself to do TikTok, but I'm going to eventually, maybe when we get some content, maybe when I dab or dance, see it on TikTok. So we're going to scan these cards on Twitch. Come join us. Join the Discord, and I'll be in voice chat. You can chat. If you see some cards that you knew from 2000, 2002, shout them out. Tell me your stories about these cards, because I was playing in 2007, so they're honestly before my time, and it'd be cool to hear some stories as we're scanning them. If you see a card you thought was super valuable and find out it's 10 cents, maybe we can commiserate together, because I paid 10 cents every card. And when I say I mean we. All right, that's it. This is a short one. Hopefully, I don't know. I haven't seen the camera. I don't know how long it's been. Hopefully it's shorter than last week. Let's do the roll for the week. Remember, everybody, eat, ship, and die. God damn it. I have the brain.